How low can altcoins go? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fomo Factory. If you have not subscribed to the channel, feel free to do so and like the video already, because we're going to talk about altcoins. The altcoin bleed is not over, in my opinion. It has started, but I think the biggest crash is yet to come. So I'm going to give you my crypto portfolio at what exact levels I'm going to buy which altcoins. I hope that's helpful to you. A lot of YouTubers be like, I will let you know when I buy what, but you maybe already want to prepare a little bit and have your orders set. Let this be a part of your research, by the way. Don't take this as financial advice or blah, 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 blah. You know what these stupid influencers always say. So let's take a look at the altcoins that I'm going to buy and when I am going to buy them. Very simple, no talking around it, just the way it is. I did it in one of my last videos, the Wednesday video, I think, or no, the Tuesday video, and got some good responses to it. So let's dive into the rest of my crypto portfolio. So let's pop up TradingView. First, for the people that are new to the channel or have no clue why I expect altcoins to go lower, it is very simple. If we look at the total three, I think Sheldon from Crypto Banter said this as well. Let me get a cleaner chart. If we have to go back to the 2019 highs for Bitcoin, that's where the first yellow line is, it's not that far from now, right? That's 18% down. But if altcoins have to do the same, right, 2019, well, let's go for this level right here, right, it's still a long way down because we are here at the moment. And if we take that level, then it's down 38%. If we have to go to the 2019 highs, then it will take us down 65, 66, 65%. Is this a level that we can expect? Well, I've drawn like this. This is the total three. So this is the market without Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know, the first big level to look out for is this level, 264 billion, give or take. We are now just below 300 billion. So it's not that far down. But don't get it wrong. If this drops, like then your altcoin can drop a lot harder. Like if we go to this level first, that's a 12% drop. A lot of altcoins will drop 30, 40% as well, because a lot of altcoins also will stay fine. And you know, some other altcoins have to compensate for that, of course, right? But this is a really big drop, and even this is a really, really big drop. So can we expect this level maybe somewhere in the, you know, maybe distant future? Well, it is a big level, of course. It is a big level. Do we get here, right? I mean, depends on where you draw it exactly, but you know, do we get here? I don't know if altcoins will go that low, but it's definitely not impossible. It's definitely not impossible, right? So please keep that in mind. If you are now investing in altcoins, the altcoin market has so much more downside to go when you compare it to Bitcoin. So I said in the last video, my strategy is now when I think it's a good time to buy Bitcoin, I'm gonna buy Bitcoin. And later on, I will buy altcoins with my Bitcoin, because it's very simple. A lot of altcoins still, like Phantom, for example, when you look at the dollar, it's sitting pretty low. But when you look at Bitcoin value, it has so much more downside to go, right? So you can better buy Bitcoin and then buy altcoins with your Bitcoin, right? So then you make most out of it. So that's exactly what I'm going to take a look at today. I'm not really going to pay attention to the USDT pairs. So I'm not going to take a look at the price with the dollars, but the price with the Bitcoin. Let me pop up my portfolio. Last time I talked about Joe, where I would buy Joe. And I think I also talked about Cake. Yeah, Cake also talked about that. So that's why we ended up. So I'm also going to buy me some Moonbeam. Because I feel like Moonbeam, you know, it's not a great product yet. Like, you always want to pay attention, like, what is a project? And Moonbeam is a layer 1. So you can go to DeFi Llama, look for chains, and then go all the way down where you see Moonbeam. It's not ranked that low, but does it have a lot of big projects built on it? Well, you know, it has more value locked than Cardano. So when it comes to that, if we look how valuated Cardano is, then Moonbeam has a long way to go, right? Or Cardano is heavily overvalued. But if we look at the projects that are built on Moonbeam, it's not that much. There are mainly cross-platforms, multi-chains, right? We have Moonwell, we have Stella Swap, we have Beam Swap, but that's already like, there's already not a lot of money in there, right? And then we go to the projects that have no value lock, basically. So there are like two, three big projects dedicated on Moonbeam itself. If we look at the total value locked, there was like nothing really going on in December, November. So this hasn't seen a real bull run yet, right? And after that, in the bear market, it went up to $275 million and it's now down to $75 million. But I feel like, man, I'm curious to see the potential Moonbeam has in a bull run, right? So I'm not going to talk about what all these projects are, of course, but that's one that I have on my radar. And when it comes to the Bitcoin value, this one is hard to measure compared to the past, as there is no past, right? I mean, it's a fairly new project, and it did very, very well in the beginning. Right, it did very well at the beginning. If you measure it from all the way down here to all the way up here, that was not even the wick, but the full body close, right? It did a 40x. If we take the full range, then 100x, give or take, right? I'm not, but it's now coming down to where it's supposed to be because of bad token vestings and all that. How low can it go though? Yeah, that's hard to measure. So with Moonbeam, I'm really cautious and my approach is slightly different. I'm waiting for Moonbeam to at least that the stochastic RSI, so go to your indicators on your trading view, pop up the stochastic RSI, put it on the weekly, and you see that Moonbeam, although it's coming down, it's still sitting overvalued the complete time, or overvalued, overbought the complete time, right? I'm never buying when it's here. Never, never, never. I only buy when it's here, right? That's the best approach you can have. You won't time the exact bottom and top, but you will do pretty well, right? So that's, I'm waiting for that, right? And I'm just waiting for it to stop going down, basically. Because if you look at this chart, are you buying Moonbeam right now? Then you have not take a good look at the chart. Because you can clearly see it's making lower lows and lower highs still. It's not like it's like coins, sometimes they are in a in a distribution phase or in an accumulation phase. That's where it goes sideways. Then they go on an upwards trend. That's where you make your money, right? Then it's going in a distribution phase. That's where you take your profits. Then it's in a downwards trend. That's where you go play golf and I don't know, but no crypto. And then it's going into a accumulation phase again, right? Where's Moonbeam right now? Not in an accumulation phase. So don't accumulate, right? That's basically all it is. So I'm waiting for Moonbeam for that. So I'm not having a certain amount of Satoshis or dollars in mind for Moonbeam. It could go to like 20 cents, right? It's now 33 cents. It could go to 20 cents. It also could go to 5 cents. I don't know. I'm not a big holder of Moonbeam at the moment. Next is Quant. Quant is a very popular project from what I know. Quant USDT. So we have Quant Tether. Let me do this on KuCoin. And we have Quant Bitcoin, which is most important. Right. So let's take a look at Quant. All right. So first, Quant was very strong in this bear market. Was a lot of hype. Right? And don't get me wrong, strong projects are good projects, but hype also can make a project go insanely, high and strong without it lasting, really, right? And I am cautious with Quant because it went from $40 to $400, right? It was in a part of the bull run. So it witnessed a part of the bull run. It witnessed the bear market as well. It went from $430 all the way down to $40 again. Right? Now it's sitting at $100. The end of the day, long term, this probably is a fine price, but if you want to make the most out of it, Quant has a lot of room to go down. When I look at dollar, right, purely dollar-wise, I'll say that $87 is the first target, and $48 is the second target. But after that, we don't know, right? We don't know really. If I look at Quant Bitcoin, it's a complete different story. I just sold a lot of Quant for Bitcoin. A couple of, I think like, slightly more than a week ago, somewhere here, right? And that was a good move so far. Although the stochastic RSI is looking like it's going to reset, and it's sitting at a support level, so it might make sense that Quant will bounce right here. If it happens, I'm gonna sell the rest of my Quant. I will be all out of Quant. Why? Very simple. If Quant, for some reason, has a great run again, I miss out on Quant. I don't care. I have Bitcoin, right? And I expect Quant to go down way more than this. So the first target is around 4,500 Satoshis. And that's 27% lower than where we are right now. Then I always like to set at least 2 targets, but mostly 3 targets. The next target for me, for Quant, is around this area, around 3,000 Satoshis. Right, you could also make it, well, maybe 3,400. It's maybe a better place. And then my last target would be around here. So these would be my Quant buying entries, right? So this is, selling here. If you have Quant, look, I don't know, maybe it's going to run against Bitcoin still, again, right? I mean, look at this Bitcoin run it had. Since June, it went up big time against Bitcoin, right? Like, I don't even, like 6, 7x, crazy. But nothing that goes up that fast, stays there. So I think we will have great entries on Quant. So the first entry for me would be 27, 28% down. Second entry will be 45% down. And the third entry will be 60% down. That's Quant. Let me go into some gaming tokens, some crypto gaming. Superverse. So it used to call Superfarm, now it's called Superverse. And Superfarm is like also down a lot, of course. And when it comes to the dollar, it's also making new lows. Like if you bought anywhere this year, or last year probably. If you bought anywhere, you would have been wrecked right now unless you traded it and sold it. Investment-wise, it came down insanely much. It went from like $4.70 all the way to 8 cents, where it is right now. But that's the nice thing. The project is anything but that, right? So is this just not a great buying opportunity? Well, not yet, but it will be, right? Still, obviously, making lower lows and lower highs. I don't know what you think of it, but it's right. It's clearly doing that, right? So I'm not buying right now. Look, this is simply the trend that it's following right now. So I'm not buying it, right? If I look at Super BTC, kind of the same story here. Same as with Moonbeam. Not a lot of history. Not a lot of history. So I will wait for it, for the stochastic RSI to go down and to slowly go up again. Then on the weekly, and I would wait for it to stop making lower lows and lower highs. Yeah, you can use some Fibonacci tools and all that, but I don't. I just want to let this play out. I'm not gonna gamble too much with this stuff. And if you do not have this token yet, but you really are very bullish on the product, which I am, then you could consider, it's a low market cap, right? It's low. Fully diluted is a lot higher though. So I will be a little careful with that. Study the tokenomics and slowly dollar cost a little bit. But for now, it's catching falling knives, basically. Next is Ultra. Steam of crypto, right? And Ultra is a project that I am very bullish on. Very bullish on. So I've drawn these lines quite a while back already, I think. When it comes to dollar, this is still accurate for me, right? So the first target would be around 14 cents. The second target will be around 10 cents. But if we look at Bitcoin, and don't get it wrong, if the Bitcoin pair goes down, and you have Bitcoin, so you buy it with Bitcoin, you get a way better entry. It doesn't mean that the dollar value is going down, right? Because it could be that Bitcoin is going up in the meantime. That's usually what happens. Again, by the way, why do I expect all these altcoins to go down that much? Well, it's very simple. If you look at the BTC dominance, you know, you'll see that it's sitting at the most low levels that it has ever been, basically. And it would be a little ignorant and weird to think that it's not going up there again, right? This is just the range it's been in since the last 1.5 years, give or take, right? And it's looking like it's trying to do so at this moment as well. And it broke out. It might be that it retests and then goes up even more. Maybe it falls back into the range, but it's holding up here quite long, and the longer it holds there, the likelier it is it stays there. That's basically what it is, right? So if the Bitcoin dominance goes up, more money is flowing into Bitcoins in Bitcoin instead of altcoins, right? So therefore, I expect these altcoins to go down, so you can better buy Bitcoin right now instead of altcoins, and later buy back your altcoins with Bitcoin. So Ultra, when I look at Ultra BTC, let me take a look where I can find that. Here we go. Ultra BTC. Look, this has a lot of room to go down, to be completely honest. How much did it came down? 74%. And although that's a lot, compared to a lot of other altcoins, it's doing pretty well, right? It's not doing that bad. It's not doing that bad. Some you see 90+%, right? So I think that Ultra is likely to go down a lot. It's sitting at some strong support at the moment, right? And not all the altcoins I talk about right now that I say like, oh, they should go, they are likely to go down. Not every one of them goes down. Some will just hold. Some will stay strong. Probably. Some. But most of them go down. And I'm not going to gamble which ones are going to go up right now, because most will go down probably. So in that case, I feel like, yeah, with Ultra, it's very simple. The first target is around where I have my cursor right now, right? So that's give or take this level. As you can see, it's where it came from. A lot of resistance. We had some support right here, a lot of support right here as well, right? So that's the first target, and from where we are right now, that's already down 40%, right? So come on, man, be careful. Like, there's a lot of downside. And then the next target, yeah, it's also I have my cursor right there as well, is around here, which is down a lot, really a lot. And it's also where this wick happened. I don't know what was going on with this wick, by the way. Why that was an extreme wick, like crazy. Maybe it's a glitch, I don't know. But this is down 65%, so that's also really a lot. And then the next one should be around this area, and it doesn't look like a lot more. It kind of is, man. It kind of is. This is, well, almost 75% down. I think Ultra has a lot of downside. Over the longer term, though, look, they were making a low. They were making a lower low. They were making, they were making a higher low. They were making a higher low. They were having some kind of a double bottom right here, which resulted in this pump right here. But this was the general crypto relief rally, by the way. And now we're back here again. And we did not put in a higher low or anything anymore. So it looks like the trend has been a bit broken. And since the bear market started, yeah, Ultra has just been going down, man. I cannot say anything else about it, basically. I cannot make a really nice, decent trend line out of this. But, to give you a slight idea, I think that this is something you should keep in mind when you look at Ultra. No, it's not good. Falcon Forged, one of my favorite projects when it comes to USDT. It is looking pretty strong as we had the June low, right? just with everything else. And we put in this beautiful M pattern, right? And we had beautiful double bottom right here. Beautiful double bottom. This is the example of a double bottom. How will it play out? Usually it's very bullish. They have some good news coming up. You can run nodes. Stochastic RSI is sitting pretty low, so that could turn up. So when I look at Fomo Forged Tether, it's not looking bad. It hasn't made lower lows as well, right? A lot of altcoins are making, you know, they're making a low and then lower and lower. With Fomo Forged, it's not the case. They didn't make a lower low. No. So it is strong, but it's not bear market resistant, right? So the first big support level is, well, it's not big. It's absolutely not big. Well, somewhere around here, and then the next support level is somewhere around here for the dollar, right? So 195 and then 185, 158, give or take. When we look at Bitcoin pair, then yeah, they were making lower lows, higher lows and higher highs. I mean, they had a high right here, they had a high right here, they had a high right here. But if they want to keep up with this trend, they now have to go all the way up to at least around there, which is from this point a 50% pump. If that doesn't happen, then the trend has also broken, right? And yeah, they made a low, they made a new low, they made a new low, right? And now they are struggling to keep that higher low in place, right? So I don't know. For the rest, there's not a lot of history, to be honest, so I cannot really tell with this one. But you know, the big level to look out for is not that far from here, which is here. Like this is, I don't know, not even 5% or something like that. 5%, right? So that's not like, it's sitting on that strong support almost. And then the next big level is around here, give or take. So give or take, right? So from this point, it's down 17%. And then I guess we have to see. How long is the video taking? 22 minutes. Should I go on? I'll do 2 more, okay? I'll do 1 more. No, I'll do 2 more. I already promised. El Tora, is that doable with BTC? I don't think so. No, it's not doable. Polka Starter. Pulse. BTC. I already have it there. Right. So we have Polka Starter dollar. So Polka Starter is in Launchpad, and I'm very bullish on Launchpads. It's sitting on the edge though. Like shit. If you look at this, right? If you look at this here, this was the only point of resistance and support, right? We didn't have anything else. It looks like it just broke it, but it also broke it here and it came back up, so maybe generated some new support right here. But when it comes to dollar, I feel like, man, not much has to happen, and it's going straight to 25 cents. And from there we have to see, I guess. And then we have Polka Starter Bitcoin, which is a weird chart with all these wicks though. It's not sitting at its June lows, but that's definitely the first level it could go to, but it's not that far from where we are right now. Well, I don't think I will be buying here. I would let this one play out the same as with Moonbeam, I think. Yeah, and then we have another one, what's a nice one. You want me to do Immutable X? I don't have that in my portfolio. Gala. I'm not planning anytime soon on buying Gala, by the way. I think this looks awful. Yeah, this is not looking good. Tokenomics of Gala really suck, right? I like the project a lot, but the tokenomics are just not good. So I wouldn't buy Gala anyway. But when I look at the Gala Bitcoin chart, look, it's sitting at this little piece of, like, it's not even sitting on this, it's It's not working anymore. I think Gala is in for a free fall, to be honest. So that's how I'm looking at the market right now. Let me know what you think. I hope you like the content. If you like the content, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I know it sounds very bearish, but these are buying opportunities, right? I mean, if we can get these coins for an insane price and the bull run starts, then we won't be looking at a 20x. We will be looking at a 60x, for example. So, you know, make the most out of it, benefit from that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.